Oppenheimer and a team of scientists spend years developing and designing the atomic bomb. Their work comes to fruition in 1945 as they witness the world's first nuclear explosion, forever changing the course of history.
Welcome to Couchlock, the movie podcast. We're looking at this blast from the past.
Let's split the atoms of Christopher Nolan's newest epic, Oppenheimer.
Well, here we are.
Well, here we are. There has not been a movie like this, and I can't even remember.
Oh, that's just like right off the bat. You're hitting it like that, huh?
I'm hitting it like that in terms of hype and just so much around it. Like, I don't remember the last time a movie did this to the, like, pop culture.
I mean, probably, honestly, the last time Christopher Nolan put out a film. Realistically, though, like, how many directors do we have performing on a level, like, active in the scene, like Christopher Nolan? Very few. Very few.
This is a very arguable point. You could say that he's up with like Tarantino or Scorsese. His name alone draws an audience.
I kind of feel like Christopher Nolan is like he's like the golden boy. Like he didn't get what he wanted at fucking Warner Bros. So he runs over to Universal and makes Oppenheimer.
Yeah, dude, Warner Brothers is not happy about themselves right now. Like and comment your thoughts on Oppenheimer and drop a bomb on that subscribe button below. The marketing of this movie is so genius, in the 70mm IMAX reel being 11 miles long, 500 pounds or whatever. Now people are traveling from their city to go to a movie theater where they could see this in the right format.
And it's doing crazy things to audiences. It felt good to go to the movies and it didn't feel like a ghost town, which is like normally what it feels like.
Well, and there's no CGI, there's no pre-existing characters, there's no big IP involved or a reboot or a remake. There's not aliens coming from the sky. It's just a fantastically made movie that has gotten people super excited to see it.
And really, like, at the end of the day, it's like a heavy 3-hour long historical drama. It's not like flashy
there's no crazy action
set
set pieces or anything like that.
It is super dialogue heavy.
So it demands your attention for that 3 hours. You cannot look away.
That's a movie like I should have fallen asleep in.
I probably would have bet you would have.
Right? And I didn't. It had some of those elements you expect from a Christopher Nolan film. Hoyt van Hoytema, dude. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Cinematographer on this guy. And he's worked with Christopher Nolan a bunch before. And I feel like is responsible in a large part for that iconic Christopher Nolan style we come to expect. And you fucking feel it every frame of this movie, dude.
Every single frame of this movie is so fun to look at, and there's so many motifs that run throughout the whole entire thing. There's so much thought that was put into all of it, especially the visual aspect of the color versus black and white scenes and how they kind of interweave and come together at the end. It's so engaging.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen like the comparisons that people have been showing of like the 70mm film, like the side by side with like what your like other standard movie theaters are showing. The 70mm coloring and just like the depth of like shadows looks so good, dude.
I mean, it kind of larkens back to what we were just saying about how the emphasis was on the tangible parts of this movie, which is the film reel itself, and how that is drawing such a large audience. We do have this incredible soundtrack and score by Ludwig van Göransson. Oh, my God.
Dude, it's kind of like two sides of the same coin. You've got these really beautiful moments where it's like capturing the magic and the mystery of science and physics, at the same time showing in those heavier moments that with this knowledge also comes the power to like literally end mankind. And like the score reflects all of those emotional beats like perfectly, just dances with itself all the way throughout the film. You had to sit further up front than I did. Was it overwhelming? Some people are saying it's too much.
It was a lot, but I was kind of about it. That moment after the bomb goes off and there's no sound. And then the first sound you get is that huge explosion. That was startling for sure, but I respect what it's trying to do. And I like that abrasiveness. When I'm going to a movie, I want it to be loud. I want it to be on this massive screen. I want to experience it. I want it to rumble the seat. So I didn't mind it, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, I'm totally on the same page with you, especially like the way you said, like, I wanted to rumble hold a seat. It almost made me feel like it was so loud intentionally to do that, like to make you feel like you're in an explosion.
I think I was at the theater during senior day, and I'm surprised one of them didn't fucking one of their hearts didn't give out.
Oh no.
And that's just one more fucking person that Oppenheimer killed.
Jesus Christ, Mike.
I think we should just take a second and talk about how fucking crazy talented this cast was.
Stacked, bro.
God, there was not a single performance that was bad. It was crazy.
I literally like walked out of the theater and was like, what else have I seen Cillian Murphy in? All I can see right now is Oppenheimer.
Yeah, him and Nolan have been together for a while now, but this is the Cillian Murphy's first main character debut with him.
Knocked it out of the park.
I think Florence Pugh is one of the greatest actresses of our generation. Like, I will say it. I think she is so good. She has just these subtleties when she is acting that, like, you just don't really see very often, I don't think.
She does kind of just command. Even though she was butt-ass naked, I was still more interested about what was coming out of her mouth.
That's got to be one of the clips.
We
sure.
cannot. No, we cannot.
Robert Downy Jr. had just some great moments in this. It's really nice to see him give this sort of character performance after seeing him as Iron Man for so many years.
We don't always need the quippy Tony Stark. It was nice to see him portray something a little bit more serious, for sure.
Like, when you really realize that this guy was just a dick, it was really fun to discover that and really see that part of him come out.
Every scene he was in, it was like very stunning, and the acting was so well done. I feel like a lot of people give Christopher Nolan shit over like his like characters having the mumbles, you know? But like Robert Downey Jr. delivers lines with like a captivating elegance.
Yeah, and then none of that, I mean, it wouldn't really matter if the main character didn't hold it together so well. Like, you would see these amazing actors and then their time on screen would be over, and then you'd go back to the main character and you could be like, I want to go back to Robert Downey Jr., I want to go back to Florence Pugh. But you'd never really feel that way because Cillian Murphy is so incredible in this movie. Okay. Listen, you already know what it is. Couchlock is giving this movie a solid 9 out of 10.
Damn.
This movie had some incredible actors. This movie had some incredible music. It's just an all-around excellent movie that you need to go experience in the theaters. This movie's good. This movie's excellent. Oppenheimer. If you Oppenheimer, like, comment, subscribe. And if you know that's not it, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for keeping it locked.
Did you just have a stroke?
I got myself to that moment that I needed to get to, and then I said what I needed to say. And I think in that huge mumble jumble of words that I just said, you're going to be able to piece together what I said.
Well, we're going to find out.